Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you to the Activate Success Coaching Program. I created this program because I wanted to make life coaching accessible to everyone. Sometimes when we're dealing with lots of things in our lives, it becomes very difficult to stay on track and stay focused. And this is where life coaching can help. Life coaching can help you master the different areas of your life, and it helps you to dissolve any unhelpful patterns by adding mindfulness to our day-to-day actions. It's quite common for us to react to things that happen in our lives in a way that is uncontrolled and unconscious. It's mindless, meaning that you react without being consciously aware of that reaction. Now, this program will help you apply mindfulness to day-to-day occurrences so that you respond with awareness rather than just reacting. Now, when things aren't working in our lives, they usually expose a specific pattern or specific patterns. Now, these patterns tend to be unconscious. Otherwise, we wouldn't keep repeating the cycle. When you're conscious of these patterns and you're able to mindfully replace all the things that are unhelpful, things will change for you very quickly. And then you're able to attract the things you want in your life, whether that be better relationships, better finances, better health, and a whole lot of other things. And whatever that you want to attract in your life will come to you automatically, just as the poor patterns that you had in your life manifested automatically. None of us plan to be stressed or plan to have poor health or struggle with money, whatever else you're struggling with. These things happen automatically as a result of our unconscious patterns. Now, in this program over the next 3 months, I'm going to help you focus your thoughts and feelings so that you change the unconscious programming that's rattling around inside your head. You'll also learn how to respond to experiences in your day-to-day life more constructively. So things like poor patterns, poor choices, anger, resentment, doubt, all those things won't hold you back anymore. The thing that I need from you, though, is commitment. Some of you will know some of this stuff. Some of you might even know all of the things I'll coach you. But without commitment and action, it's like a light switch that's never turned on. I've designed this course so that you take small steps forward. Each weekday, you'll have a journal to fill out, which should take no more than 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. I'll explain the purpose of this journal further along in the course on day 3. On some days, there'll be longer tasks, but again, it shouldn't take too much of your time, just a few additional minutes. There'll also be a weekly optional meditation that you can do daily if you want to, or more than once a day. All of this will help enhance the experience, but the meditation is optional. The meditations will be around 20 minutes long, and you can do that any time of the day. And again, as I said, it's weekly, so it changes every week, depending on the focus of our week. Some days there may also be a short video for you to watch. Again, only a very short additional few minutes. And that will be related to the tasks set for the day or tasks set for the week. On Saturdays, there'll be an educational video of about 1 hour. Now, these educational videos are about helping you understand how your body, brain, and mind work better. Now, all these lessons and tasks are released to you weekly, but try not to skip ahead. Take your time with the program. It'll definitely work much better for you that way. Also, once a month on a Saturday, I'll be holding a live Q&A via Zoom. And the timing of this will be suitable for people in the Northern Hemisphere, whether you're in the US or in Europe. It might not work so well in the Southern Hemisphere, but if there's a demand for it, I'll create another one for people in the Southern Hemisphere. These Q&As will be recorded. It's just a time for you to ask questions if you have any. The Q&A is just a bonus. You don't have to commit time to it every month. It's just there if you need it. Now, it's very important to understand that we all get uncomfortable with change, and that's why so many people resist change. So these small but consistent steps will allow you to register the changes that are happening without the usual discomfort of a big change. And a lot can happen in 3 months. Some of the stuff will be very simple and obvious, but bear with me, because the key here is for us to get under the safety response system of your mind. It's all about making small suggestions to your subconscious, and that will be layered and layered and layered with each additional week in a very natural way as we progress through the program. Now, this way, we can lay down helpful patterns that lead to change without our minds being alarmed by the change, because to the mind, change carries risk. Obviously, there's no risk in this program. The only risk you'll have is that you'll be busy with living a wonderful life. With every self-directed course like this, the temptation is always there for you to put it off for a more convenient time. Now, as I mentioned before, everything is in bite-sized portions and it will not take too much of your time. Probably a maximum of 15 minutes in the morning or less, and maybe around the same in the evening or less. Now, the best way to approach this is to make this one of the first things that you do each day, and then set aside a little bit of time at the end of the day to decompress and to do like a daily audit, which is what the journal is going to be used for. Now, think of this time as the time that you invest for yourself. More importantly, remember that you're always communicating with your subconscious mind. So if you're not putting aside time for yourself, what message are you telling your subconscious? Are you saying that success is worth very little to you and it isn't worth that little bit of time each day? So just think about how that will appear or register with your subconscious. So how are we doing this? How are we going to get all this change happening in our lives? Well, we'll approach this in several different ways, and each of these ways will add an extra layer of problem-solving ability for you. So the first way is modeling. Now, modeling is the quickest way to achieve any goal. Modeling is basically following a path that's already been created by someone else. So the idea of modeling is that if someone's already achieved a certain goal, we would look at the steps they took and follow those steps. In this program, I would encourage you to find people you know who've achieved the things that you want to achieve in your life and examine how they go about doing things and model against them. From the perspective of what I'm teaching, I will model against what has worked for other people in the past in terms of managing behaviors and habits. So the stuff that I'm going to present to you is stuff that's worked for other people. The second part of this is that we are going to gain a better understanding of the mind. We've made huge strides in understanding how the mind works and how the body responds to the mind and vice versa. So we'll look at the different aspects of the mind and how it works through understanding brain waves and through applying the evidence that we now have from behavioral neuroscience to help you control your mind more effectively. Most of this has a strong evidence base, and I'll be using modalities such as NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which is the relationship between our language and the way that we program our mind. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which is a way of modifying our behavior by adding mindfulness and changing the meaning of what we do. And also behavioral psychology. And these will help you lay down better behaviors and responses to things that are happening in your life. It's a responsive approach to living your life. Now, there is, however, another approach that we will explore, and it's a more esoteric approach in its nature. It's a more creative approach to life where we explore the potential deeper abilities of our mind in creating our own reality. There is some scientific basis on this or for this, but for now, if it's a little confronting for you, that's okay. Keep an open mind and try everything out. And if it's not quite the right time for you to work with this particular aspect, then just park it on a shelf for the time being. There's plenty other things that you can work with in this program. So you're not really going to miss out on anything, but keep an open mind anyway. The third thing that we're going to do is to understand the brain. Now, the mind and the brain are two different things from the perspective of this program. The brain is the physical structure in our heads, and the mind is our consciousness. Now, through advances in neuroscience, we now know a lot about how to maximize the ability of the brain, the physical structure, and getting the brain and the mind to work in tandem so as to accelerate the results that you get. So we're going to take that approach as well. And there's a lot of evidence behind this. The fourth approach is that we will start to understand that the physical body is part of the consciousness ecosystem, and the body listens to the brain and mind, and vice versa. So there'll be some neat tricks that focus on the body to direct the brain and mind into behaving more helpfully. So that's a little bit of fun that I've added into the program. The last thing that we're going to do is learn to communicate effectively with our subconscious mind. The subconscious runs a lot of our lives, and because it's subconscious under our conscious awareness, we're not aware of all the work that it does. And because the subconscious shapes a lot of our lives and our reality, if we're able to explore several different ways to effectively communicate with the subconscious, we can use the subconscious as a tool to help us succeed. Now, one of the ways we'll be using is meditation, but we're going to use meditation as a self-hypnosis tool. Now, this way of using meditation has become more prevalent recently, and we'll use this very useful tool to our advantage, along with other ways of communicating. So in the first month, we're going to really focus on the practical side of achievement. We'll look at getting clarity in whatever you want to achieve. We'll look at why we procrastinate and how to overcome it. We're going to erase limiting beliefs and hopefully erase it very, very easily. And we're going to start to lay down the foundations of successful habits. And most importantly, we are going to learn how to enter a flow state where things happen very easily and without resistance in a very easy manner. Right. For now, though, I don't want you to do anything else. I just want you to think about what it means for you to have some sort of change happening in your life in the direction that you want to go in. So what does that mean? Well, what are your goals? What area of your life do you want to change? And what would it look like if you were already there? So let that idea sink in over the weekend. And on Monday, we'll start by getting a clearer picture of your goals and the clarity in your life purpose. Now, bear in mind that this can change as you get more information through the program. Your goals may change, and your idea of what your life purpose is may also change. But for now, let's get something down on paper. This is on Monday, and then we will work from that base and build upon that. Now, I'm really invested in your success, so please let me know if I can help you any further. And you can contact me by email or contact me over the phone. You'll have my contact details in the emails that we send out to you. Now, I hope you're as excited as I am about this program, because I can't wait to start. So I'll see you on Monday when we'll really get our teeth into it.